So I don't know if you've heard or not, I'm turning 40. And I realize my privilege is probably showing here because there's still part of me that thinks this is just a big misunderstanding. And my dad will make some phone calls. We'll have this cleared up by the weekend, so stay tuned. I'm fine with getting older, though. You can tell by the receding mohawk. And
I cannot see it.
Can you not see it? Yeah, no, it's a figment of your imagination. People keep saying to me, they're like, you're gonna love your 40s. The 40s is the best decade. It's the best decade. It's never people in their 20s that are saying this, but that's it's gonna be all right. I realized today that not only have I been on this planet for 40 years, but I've been on this island for 16 years. It's crazy. It's not what Jesus intended. I mean, if you stay here too long, you start acting like a New Yorker. Like the other day, this guy rides by me and he's texting and riding a bike at the same time, and I thought, God, that is so dangerous. He doesn't even have a screen protector on that phone. I mean, this is, I don't know, if you stay here too long, shit goes south, is what I'm saying. I mean, like, to give you an example, so I was on my way to work the other day. I work on 5th Avenue, right on the corner of Commerce and Entitlement, and I see this seemingly normal older lady kind of walking towards me. She's pushing a $5,000 stroller, like you do, and I do know for a fact that the Aston Martin Surf 2 is in fact a $5,000 stroller because I work in luxury goods, and that's the type of information that sticks to you like cheap lube. So, this woman's walking towards me with this S-Class stroller, and inside of it is a Chihuahua. This is what happens if you don't leave New York in time. You guys, we're not meant to grow old here, right? You know, New York is a place you move in your 20s, and you do a bunch of drugs, and you fuck a bunch of strangers, and then you learn to manage your addiction and a lifetime STD, and then you get the fuck out like a vampire before sunrise. Time is ticking, you guys. Any moment now, I'm gonna be an old woman pushing a stroller with a dog in it. Or worse, a cat. Or God forbid, a child. I mean, there's just no telling how far this could go. 16 years. I've started doing things that career New Yorkers do, you know, those old people that you hear, like whenever a new business opens, and I'm like, oh, we're getting a new bubble tea place. What did that used to be? What was it? Was it a bagel shop? That was a bagel shop. It was a Cuban restaurant. It was a bagel shop. I'm sure it was a bagel shop. Just old people shit that I can't, I just feel it happening. There's nothing, like all of a sudden I can't hear anything anybody is saying to me. I mean, I caught myself the other day, somebody said something, I said, huh? Old people shit, I can't hear anything. And yet, at the same time, the music is always too loud. I don't know how both things move at the same time, but it is, and let's be honest, I mean, it's all just noise at this point anyway. See, old people, it's happening. I am one Viagra away at screaming from some kid to get off my lawn! I don't have a lawn, but I'm increasingly annoyed by that line for bubble tea outside of my building. They used to make the best bagels. Or empanadas, it was one of the two. There you go, got it settled. I'm doing kind of all the cliche things that you do. I've designed a new tattoo. I wanted to work out really hard so that I could use that hashtag, you know, fit at 40. But I keep running into hashtag ice cream at midnight. I quit smoking weed. Well, I ran out of weed, but story still applies. I do have to quit though, I do. It's the fucking munchies, you guys. I mean, now that I am a woman of a certain age, I just don't bounce back anymore from a sleeve of Oreos and a jar of peanut butter like I used to. Peter could smoke a joint, eat a handful of almonds, good to go. I just have to pull the couch right up to the refrigerator, and it doesn't stop. I mean, until I have sucked all the duck sauce out of the packets in the junk drawer, I have drank all the pickle juice. I mean, it's just awful. It is because of marijuana that I am not going to be fit at 40. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures this week and post them on Instagram, and they're going to be fat at 40. That's what we're working with. Exactly. We'll do a double filter. It's going to be good to go. Perfect. So, yeah. I was at work the other day. Again, just doing the Lord's work, helping the 1% find a $5,000 handbag. And I was holding a $400 jar of eye cream in my hand, and the sales guy was explaining to me that it was guaranteed to take 4 years off of your face, and I was like, well, that's not enough. I'd be walking around and they're like, that Drew, he's 40 years old, but he has the eyes of a 36-year-old. Perfect. 16 years. New York's a hustle, right? I think anybody that's managed to stay here for any length of time has done some shit for money at some point that you're not real proud of. One time I was in my 20s, and somebody told me that you can go down to NYU and they'll pay you $25 to ejaculate into a cup. Man, I was a puff of smoke in that conversation. Just a beeline, straight for NYU, and I didn't even take the train because I didn't want to lose any of the money, and the entire time I'm thinking of all the lost business opportunities with this pile of crunchy gym socks in the corner of my room. And I get down there, and the nurse starts trying to upsell me. It was weird. It was like, you know, when you go to sit through the spiel of a timeshare, when you know you're just there for the flat screen TV. And so she's got the money on the counter. She says, now I've got the $25 cash right here. Now, I can give you $100 more if you are interested in selling your anal secretions. This is the weirdest game of let's make a deal I have ever seen in my entire life. I was mortified. I was disgusted. I looked her right in the eye. I said, go on. Now this is a family show, so I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but I can just tell you that it involved an oversized dry Q-tip and 30 minutes of excruciating pain that I will never get back. It was the second worst job I've ever had. But enough about Saks Fifth Avenue. So, it's crazy out there. So, speaking of sticking things in your ass. Have you guys heard about coffee enemas?
Yes.
Oh.
This is a real thing that's happening. People are paying real money to go out and have themselves, you know, run through like a radiator with freshly brewed coffee. My question is, how soon after you brew the coffee? Because I don't even like to burn my mouth, you know, and I can't get down there to go. Trust me, if I could get down there to blow, I wouldn't be here talking to you people right now. $200 that people are paying for this. I mean, that they're paying. Like if somebody walked up to you in the street and said, I will pay you $200 to squirt coffee up your ass, you'd be like, fuck off. No, thank you. I've got a Q-tip in there. I've got to keep things dry right now. I can't run two businesses at the same time. I don't know. I've been here a while, and I get homesick sometimes, and I think, you know, maybe I'm not meant to be a New Yorker. You know, maybe I actually should go back home to the South. And all it takes whenever that happens is to just go home and visit. I was home recently, standing in line at the Piggly Wiggly, that is in fact my town's only grocery store. And this woman just starts talking to me. Just a stranger out in the wild, openly speaking to me. I don't even know how she could see me. I had my earpods in, and in New York, that's like a cloak of invisibility. And she's just talking, and I'm like, finally, like, fuck, what? And that is when we found out that Gus has the diabetes. And I think we're gonna have to put him down. Is Gus a dog? Is Gus a horse? Is Gus her husband? I don't know. And I don't give a shit. I just need to know if they sell oat milk in this country-ass motherfucker. And then I realize I am in fact a New York asshole. Just like the rest of you. My mom called me earlier today. I assumed to wish me happy birthday, but no. She called me for the only reason my mom ever calls me, which is to let me know about somebody in my neighborhood who died. This woman is like the fucking Grim Reaper. I swear to God. I think she gets up every day and just trolls the obituaries like Craigslist. It's always the same thing. I'll answer the phone, I'm like, hey mama, how you doing? Well... That's Southern for somebody's dead. She likes to try to convince me that I know somebody who I've never met before. She's like, hi, do you remember Zulene Baker? I'm like, no. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This could go on all day long. I'm like, Mom, seriously, I don't know her. Well, she died. Fuck. I was just getting to know her, too. She will be missed. I'm kidding, my mom doesn't call me. Well, she likes to keep her disappointment distant, but she will send me a text that it takes me 30 minutes to interpret. And this is the same woman that my entire life used to correct my grammar in front of my friends, and now she speaks entirely in capital letters and questionable emoji choices. She sent me a text the other day, and she'll send something that's like, went to lunch with Sue! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Winky face, corn on the cob, black guy with his hand in the air. The fuck are you talking about? She sent me a text the other day, this is totally true. It said, mailed you something. Eggplant emoji. I mean, at first I'm like, cool, mom finally gets me, but you can imagine my disappointment when I went to the mailbox just to find a copy of her recipe for eggplant casserole that she could have just texted me. Did y'all know that you can use the eggplant emoji to actually mean eggplant? I didn't. And now, I can't help but wonder if this woman is accidentally sexting with the good people of my hometown. Heard your wife passed away. Have just what you need. Be right over. Eggplant emoji. My mom has scandalized South Alabama with her famous dick casserole. I am from Alabama, whether I like it or not. And I know what you're thinking, and it's not easy growing up in the South. When you're gay and Jewish. I'm not Jewish, I'm just saying it's not ideal. Not a lot of Jews in Alabama, it's just Baptists and Southern Baptists and First Baptists and snake handlers. And that's what we call religious diversity. I'm actually Catholic. Well, I was Catholic. I'm in recovery. But growing up, we were at church all the time. I mean, every single, Sunday and Holy Day of Obligation, Good Friday, Taco Tuesday. I mean, we did the whole thing. And I was an altar boy. You know what that is? Little dudes in the white dresses that jingle the priest bells. I was an altar boy. I was a male cheerleader. I was a Boy Scout. It's like my parents were trying to catch a predator, dressing me up in sexy costumes as babies. may as well put me in a red dress and said, here's your one chance, Nancy. Don't let me down. Thanks, Mom. I'm going to leave you with this tonight. And this is something that's, kind of serious with, particularly my community, especially now that I'm getting older. Scrotox. It's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of Botox, it is Scrotox. Y'all, is this a problem that I don't know about? I kind of thought wrinkles were the defining feature, I've got enough to be worried about without, getting paranoid about crow's feet on my balls. $2,000 that people are paying for this. $2,000. Again, if somebody walked up to me and said, I will pay you $2,000 to shoot botulism into your... Well, I'd probably do it. This job doesn't pay a whole lot. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much.